Good morning. Good morning. Did we make it? Okay. Little internet challenges this morning. We are west of Farla. Farla. We're making our way west from Antalya. We went through Finique, and now we're on this little beach. If you can't see the amount of activity. Look at the color of this water. There have been people paragliding since 7 a.m. this morning. The beach has these cute little chic beach bars. And over on the other side, which is the reason we anchored over here, there are like 4 nightclubs. My boys would be going crazy. This is what they looked for when they were with us on the boat for a week. And there was nothing. We were just in little coves by ourselves. So this is a happening place where we are. Let me see if I can. It's really, really gorgeous. Faralia. I'm sure I'm not saying it right. Faralia. We're west of there near Black Pearl. So it's stunning, the color of the water. I mean, did you ever know there were so many shades of blue and green and turquoise, and it's a little cloudy. It's just stunning. So bonjour, bonjour. Yes. Thank you for your patience with a little bit of the tech stuff and setting up the call and all of that. How are we? Did you have a beautiful weekend? How was your weekend? Can you believe it's September 29th? Okay, let's just take a moment for September 29th. It is almost the end of September. Tomorrow is the final day of September. So as we open up lesson 248 today, let's have a little review of September. If you have been joining us for a while inside of Elegant Femme, again, this is Elegant Femme's Guide to A Course in Miracles, Chic 365, where the intention was to be together for about a year going through A Course in Miracles. It will probably be 2-ish years by the time we're complete, which is perfect. There's no urgency here. We're moving through A Course in Miracles lesson by lesson, Elegant Femme style. What does that mean? That means I'm going to be sharing with you how we inside of Elegant Femme incorporate living this way, embodying this way through the Indie, the Frenchie, and the New Yorker, which are the Femme types. This is something that was gifted to me after my firstborn son passed away in my arms. It was the way I healed myself. It wasn't a big business plan. It wasn't a marketing idea. It was literally the way that I put myself back together again. And I used to have that nursery rhyme in my mind, feeling like I'm putting myself Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall, right? I felt like that in my life. I felt like I didn't have direction. I was completely lost. Not only had I lost a child, but I had lost a complete identity. It was an incredibly, I don't even have the words, time in my life. And we all go through moments like these where we don't know who we are and we don't know why we're here and we don't know how it is we are going to choose to move forward. And it was the Femme types, the Indie, the Frenchie, and the New Yorker that walked me back to life. Truly, truly. That is the story of the Femme types. So inside of Chic 365, we are moving through not only A Course in Miracles, but we are opening up to a deep conversation in beauty, in truth, in moving through the world in a way that is authentically you. That as we move through the course, we're looking at the deeper opportunity to embody and live that way, not just as an idea. So what I was going to say is if you've been behind the scenes in Elegant Femme, you've maybe heard of Sensual Creation Day. Maybe you've joined us for Sensual Creation Day. Inside of Sensual Creation Day, which we do twice a year, mostly, right? January, June, July-ish, twice a year. And even if I'm not holding it live, many women will review and reset themselves inside of their year. Not because they're trying to push towards their goals, but because it's a time for review and reflection. We have the Femme type themes. So we set themes for every month based on Indie, Frenchie, New Yorker. So do you know your themes for September? If you joined us, do you remember what they were? And it's okay if you don't remember. This is why I think it's so gorgeous to have them close by, to have them in a note, to have them in your calendar, not because you need to obsess over them every day, but you do have a place to access when you do want to remember. So at the end of every month, a little review of, okay, what was my indie theme for September? What was my Frenchie theme? And what was my New Yorker theme? And how did they show up? Not did they. They did. They absolutely did. How did they? And have a little review of the month with your femme types, watching, witnessing, reflecting, celebrating your intuition, that you trusted yourself with your themes, that they did come forward. How did they come forward? So I have a little bit of a crazy story about this one. So my indie theme for September was gold. And I love this theme. You forget when you set them. I love this theme. I was looking at all their bangles and I was like, oh my gosh, my theme is so alive. And then I was like, I want to buy some gold. I want to buy some more gold in the stock market. And like logically, it was like, this is not a good time to do this. Gold's at an all-time high, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't care. My theme for indie is gold for September. I want to buy some gold. Literally, I'm so proud of myself for following my intuition because it went through the roof. And even if it hadn't, see, here's the thing when you follow your intuition. When we talk about intuition inside of Elegant Femme, it's different than the majority of how I believe, how the world sees it. The majority of us have been taught that intuition is, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Okay, then I can trust my intuition. That's not intuition. Intuition is, did I listen? Regardless of the end result, did I hear it? Did I hear my intuition? Did I listen to it? You could have taken the action, you could have not taken the action, but did you at least hear it? Most of us don't even hear our intuition because we are so attached to, is it right or is it wrong? I'm not even going to listen to it until I have a guarantee. This is a way that you're holding yourself back, in my opinion, from living fully. Now, today isn't about living fully. Today is about ACIM lesson, but regardless, right, that's how we live into Elegant Femme. So as we begin today, burn, clarity, money are my themes. So how did they show up, Joe? Not did they, how did they? And ask your femme types to support you in seeing and witnessing, like, how did they show up? And you might not have all the answers right now, but it's worth a little bit of a journaling session, in my opinion, as we close out the month and open up a new month. How does this support us? This supports us in increasing our capacity to receive. It supports us in honoring our intuition. It supports us in starting to find, like, be aware of what we're looking for, because we will find what we're looking for. Okay, it supports us in all of these ways. These tiny little things that we talk about in Elegant Femme that may seem on the surface insignificant or overly simple are very, very, very powerful. The sensual breath, the femme flow list, the themes of the month. These are things that could sound like cute to an unassuming eye. And when you start to live this way, these are the things that change everything. We do not need to make it complicated. We do not need, 5,072 steps and a blueprint with da-da-da-da. Like, simplicity. Beauty is simplicity. So perhaps today for you is the time to come back to basics, review your month. What are your themes? And if for some reason you didn't have sensual creation day and you didn't do your themes, have a review of the month and then do themes for October, November, December. Yes, it's never too late. Never, ever, 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 ever too late. Don't ever be like, oh my gosh, I didn't do Sensual Creation Day in June, or I didn't do it in January, so I guess I'll wait till 2026. What? No, allow it now. Allow it now, allow it now, allow it now. All right, so we ready to move into today? Can we do a sound check? We're here. Ready for the next lesson? So I have an announcement that I want to share with you while I'm remembering. Two things. We are going to take a pause on ACIM Chic 365 for the month of October. We're going to take a long, beautiful, gracious pause. For the month of October, I'm going to be going live starting Wednesday in our Femme type runway. This is a big deal. I literally don't know the last time I did this amount of calls for this investment with this kind of momentum. This is something that is so deeply meaningful in my heart that came through. Talking about coming back to the basics and yet turning up the intensity on the basics. Starting Wednesday, October 1, we're going to be meeting 3 times a week. And for a full week, focusing and allowing each femme type to come forward. So a full immersion of the indie, then a full immersion of the Frenchie, then a full immersion of the New Yorker. So we're talking 9 calls over 3 weeks. The momentum is going to be extraordinary. You're going to literally be walking into your life in a new way. I love things like seasons and life stages. And the end of year, we have a lot of swells going on. So this is what's happening. We're moving quite a bit. I love these beautiful transitionary moments in our life. And as we come up to the end of a year, I love to feel inside like, okay, where am I being called to go all in even more? Not from push, not from force, not from urgency, but how has this year naturally been preparing me to go into the next level? So we're going to be utilizing the Femme type runway to really turn things up, to move into 2026 in a way where you are like, whoa, right? Lifetimes ago was 2025. Like I am so aligned. Not because you've changed as if you're a different person. We know, right? You will always be in the mind of God. You will always be the beauty of who you are, but that you remember it more and that you walk differently from that point. So if you were with us inside of Visible, we went through 3 days. We had Indie, Frenchie, New Yorker, time, desire, and money. And oh my God, for me, I don't know if you were there. It was like, oh, I'm so excited for the runway. It was like every day got better and better and better. I could feel like the final day of the New Yorker and talking about money. I'm like, oh, this is so good. So if you're being called, if you know you've played big before and you're being called into the next level, not from force, not from scarcity, not from hustle, and you really want to know yourself as the woman who walks in her world with time, desire, and money in a way that serves her, fully honoring all of who you are, because we are more than one thing. This is what makes a femme type so freaking extraordinary. We are more than one thing. The opportunity to express that and to get real gorgeous clarity on who am I called to be at this particular life stage? What am I being called to enjoy? And what am I being called to allow? So I literally can't wait. So if you want to join us for the Femme Type Runway and you haven't yet, we'll put the link here. Jaika, if you're on, we'll put the link here. If you were invisible with us, please email us for a special upgrade code so that we can support you in receiving the Visible discount, right? The special for Visible. If you haven't and you want to join us for the whole shebang, the Femme Type Runway, which is $444, it will be going up to $555. The Visible 3 days that we did, the pre-runway is going to be included, and you'll have lifetime access inside of the Femme Type Runway. Okay, so are we good with this? This is so exciting. So remember, we are taking a pause from ACIM starting October 1. Okay, all my energy will be funneled into the Femme Type Runway, and then inside of Tout est possible, we're doing the 9 layers of the New Yorker. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for Q4. I have so many things. Okay, here we are. Lesson 248. I have a bunch of hearts here. Whatever suffers is not part of me. Lesson 248. Whatever suffers is not part of me. I have disowned the truth. Now let me be as faithful in disowning falsity. Whatever suffers is not part of me. Whatever grieves is not myself. What is in pain is but illusion in my mind. What dies was never living in reality and did not but mock the truth about myself. Now I disown self-concepts and deceits and lies about myself. Now am I ready to accept God back? Now am I ready? Hold on. Now am I ready to accept myself back as God created me and as God is. So let me read to you exactly how the Course says it. And I think these types of Little nuances to me are incredibly important. And as I said 3 million times, please honor your own inner knowing. So here's how the Course says it. Now I disown self-concepts and deceits and lies about the Holy Son of God. Now am I ready to accept him back as God created him and as he is. Personally, just personally, this creates a bit of distance to me. Not the frequency. The frequency is beautiful and pure and gorgeous. There's no againstness about this. My intention inside of reading the Course and sharing the Course with you is to support us in creating an intimacy. So it's not something outside of us about, oh, the Holy Son of God, as if something outside. It's you. It's you, it's me, it's an ownership, it's a claiming. It's not a jumping through hoops to get through something to then have another conversation about, is it okay for me? Am I allowed? No. So see how this feels differently. Now I disown, and it might not, okay? So please just follow your own inner knowing. Now I disown self-concepts and deceits and lies about myself. Now I disown self-concepts and deceits and lies about myself. Now am I ready to accept myself back as God created me and as God is. Father, Mother, God, my ancient love for you returns and lets me love your Son again as well. Lets you love myself again as well. Lets me love everyone again as well. Father, God, Father, Mother, God, I am as you created me. God, I am as you created me. Now is your love remembered and my own. Now do I understand that they are one. Now do I understand that we are one. Whatever suffers is not part of me. How's this feel? How does this feel inside? Whatever suffers is not part of me. There are many, many nuances in the Course. This is something that's coming up quite a bit inside of my Chateau Neuf mastermind. And the Course talks about this within itself, within itself, where it says forgiveness is necessary. And then it's, right, forgiveness is everything. Forgiveness is a key. And then it says, well, forgiveness isn't really real because none of this is really real. But because you believe that it is, we utilize forgiveness as. In my experience with the Course, the most stunning thing is to let go of the intellect. Let go trying to understand it, trying to wrap your head around it, trying to make sense of every single thing. It really is impossible from our human capacity inside of that brain to see it in that way. But can you feel it? Can you feel the lesson? What suffers is not a part of me. I am not a body. I am free. I am and always will be as God created me. So that clarity inside of it, the body is maybe you're feeling pain inside your body, to not attach as that is you. It doesn't mean we don't move through it, right? We're not looking at a spiritual bypass, but it is a beautiful thing to say, wow, I am not my body. I am not pain. I am not suffering. The truth of me is not that. Let me remember who I am. Let me come back into alignment with the loving. And see what occurs inside of you when you sit with that. Whatever suffers is not me. Something I was considering this morning when I was coming on. I was meditating, and transparently, I haven't meditated to the extent that I did this morning in quite a while. Our time here together for me when I'm live is like a meditation. But I was craving more. And as I sat with myself this morning before I came on, there was this relief, like, oh my God, thank you. Like, thank you for just allowing this in this moment to come back inside and just really go there inside of myself. So just a little check-in for you as we close September. How's your meditation? Are you allowing yourself to check in with yourself daily, whether it's for a few minutes or 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 20, just that at this stage, there is a relief that happens when you come back in. There's oh my God, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can feel, well, this is my experience. I can feel myself in the awareness of who I am. So something to consider as we begin to close the month. Check in with your Sensual Creation Day themes. A little journaling session with your Femme types takes like 3 to 5 minutes. Wow, how did my indie theme show up for me? How did my Frenchie theme? How did my New Yorker theme show up for me? And again, if for any reason you didn't do it, no worries. Have a little journaling session with the power of September, and then look at October, November, December. Choose your themes. If you want to join us for the Femme Type Runway, I would love, love, love to have you. This is a once in a lifetime. I do not see myself doing this ever again. This is a very, very special moment with what it is I'm experiencing inside of myself and what it is I'm being called to share about this stunning alignment that happens when we walk this way, and specifically moving into the New Yorker, because the decade of my 40s has certainly been whoa. My 30s was such a building phase and desire after desire after desire, and beginning to share the Femme types with the world. And it was such a stunning decade. Millions were made. I started my fashion line. We moved to France. We took the boys out of school. We lived in Italy for 3 months. Like, it was just like so much beauty and growth and expansion. And literally, I got pregnant when I was 40 with my first IVF. We know we don't ever lose. Miscarried that baby. Outer Banks, built our beach house, wrote the Soul of Beauty. Like, these kinds of energies, the reason I'm sharing it with you is because this threshold that we're going to be walking inside a Femme Type Runway, I turned 50 in like 4 months. I can feel this culmination of the power of my 30s and the wisdom of my 40s. And I will be bringing a brand new level into the Femme Type Runway. So no matter how long you've been around Elegant Femme, no matter how much you know about the Femme types, and if you're brand new, like, you found us at the perfect time. Yes? So with that, I will be back tomorrow for our final ACIM. And then we'll be taking a pause for the month of October. So if you want to be in the live energy, you know where to find me. And until then, enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. Let me know how this was for you, whether you're in the replay or joining us live. And I will see you tomorrow. Kalimera, Mahaba, Tashekila.